Hello everyone, it's Captain Sensible here. I just wanted to let everyone know that I have recovered from the accident at the beginning of the one of the recent episodes. Mr. Smelly has assured me he didn't know there was a bridge there, and I was in hospital for a few days, but I'm on the mend, so good to be back. One other little thing, I wonder if anyone can take me up on this offer. I've actually, a friend of mine has got 2 tickets for the Champions League final. Now, unfortunately, it's my daughter's graduation day from university, so I'm not going to be able to make it. I need someone to take my place, so if you're interested, just let me know. It's at 3 o'clock, Middlesex University, June the 1st, and you just need to sit through the ceremony, take a few photos with her, and make her feel special.
Hello everyone, welcome back to all of you in the Smelly Army. So today I'm kind of excited about this one because we're going to be looking at an original creation from the House of Alexandria, and it's a fragrance called Hafez 1984. Before we get stuck into that, don't forget there's a new thing called the Smelly Army Private Members Club over on Patreon. There's a link in the description to join up. It's only $2 a month and you get an extra exclusive Mr. Smelly video every week. There are tons already uploaded in there, including the most recent one where I did 5 fragrance reviewers who inspired me, and the week before that I did 10 things on YouTube that drive me mad. So hope to see you in there. Anyhow, on with the rest of the video. So Hafez 1984 from Alexandria Fragrances is an original creation from a fragrance company best known for making clones or inspired expressions, mainly of expensive and exclusive niche fragrances, things like Creed, Xerjoff fragrances, that kind of thing, Tom Ford. But also they do some discontinued or old school formulas of designer fragrances where they recreate those, and I think that's quite interesting when they do that. I've spoken very highly of the ones I've received from them so far. They were sent to me for free, as was this one. I've had this one quite a while, so it's not like they've just sent it to me and said, oh, get us out a video quick, hype it up. It's been out for ages and it's been getting some really good talk in the fragrance community, so I thought it would be fun to review an original creation from Alexandria. So the fragrance is priced at 30 mils, like I've got here, for $44.99, or 60 mils is $64.99. I have got a special discount code for you guys though, and that's DAN20. So if you use that code at checkout, DAN20, 20% off this or anything that you purchase from Alexandria Fragrances. It also applies on the UK website, which they do have a website where they ship from the UK, and this one's on there available as well. The 30 ml size I think is the only one you can get there. That's £33.80 retail, but my discount will give you a nice little amount off that. Anyway, let's get into the actual fragrance and talk some more about it. So the name, Hafez 1984. Hani Hafez is the man behind Alexandria Fragrance. He is Egyptian, hence I guess the name Alexandria, the capital of Egypt, or at least he's has his origins are in Egypt. He's now over in the United States. The notes on this fragrance: tobacco, vanilla, rum, exotic spices and patchouli. If I wanted to give you a simplified idea, just to get you in the ballpark of how this one smells, think Thierry Mugler's Pure Havane meets Xerjoff Naxos meets maybe Tobacco Vanille from Tom Ford. That gives you some idea of the kind of smell we've got here. It's very powerful, it's very pungent, and it opens with a really heavy booziness mixed with dried fruits. Some people may find the opening a bit much. I find it very pleasant, and the change in the fragrance then is quite significant, that it calms down and gets a lot smoother, but a very, very powerful, in-your-face, pungent opening centered around booziness and dried fruits, kind of raisins, that kind of thing. Reminds me in that respect a little bit of Tom Ford's Tobacco Vanille. What I like about it most is the way it develops after that, although I do enjoy the opening quite a lot. But the patchouli note is really, really nice. I'm a big fan of the note of patchouli in fragrances. It reminds me a little bit of things like Givenchy Gentleman from the 1970s, and maybe with the name Hafez 1984, they're deliberately giving us a clue that there's a little bit of a retro powerhouse kind of feel with this fragrance, and I sometimes get that feel when I smell a lot of patchouli in a fragrance, like in things like Guerlain's Heritage from 1992. Very, very pleasant though, and this one it's not really a 70s or 80s smelling fragrance. It's got much more of that kind of sweet tobacco, modern niche thing going on in it. The way that the vanilla and the patchouli and this underlying very nice Cavendish tobacco note. I think that's a kind of tobacco that's been treated and makes it a little bit sweet. Very, very pleasant indeed. It really settles down on the skin to a lovely warming kind of night out smell. Very sexy, very sensual, and it lasts on the skin really well. Really good sillage overall on this one. So I've been really impressed by it. I think it's an original creation. Some people are saying, oh, it's very, very similar to Mancera's red tobacco, but everything's similar to something. And to me, I've mentioned things like Pure Havana or Naxos or Tobacco Vanilla. It's a little bit like those, but it doesn't feel like a clone of any of those to me. The packaging on it is fine to me. I don't have a problem with these simple bottles that some of these companies use. It's not fancy though, and for the price, it's not super cheap. So you've got to buy into the idea of this company a little bit to want to spend that money on the fragrance. I think this one could be well worth it though, because not too many other people out there are going to be walking around wearing Hafez 1984 from Alexandria fragrances. Nowadays, your Tom Fords, it's getting very much well known, and everyone's got some, or a lot of people who have only a casual interest in fragrances have those kind of fragrances. But this one, somewhat more unique and only for us Fragcom folk mainly. So great performance, booziness, vanilla, rum, spices, exquisite stuff. Very, very well blended to, although the opening is kind of in your face, I really like it. And after that, very, very wearable. More of a night out kind of scent for me. I wouldn't personally go for it in the office. Other people may not mind. Leans a little bit masculine with that patchouli and the tobacco, but there's also a sweetness. Certainly not a gourmand fragrance, and that's what I like. It's not just syrupy sweetness or booziness or vanilla. The tobacco, the patchouli, it makes it quite grown up smelling, and there's a spiciness about it as well. So highly recommended to try this one if you can. I think you may find you really, really enjoy it as much as I do, because I'm very, very impressed with that one. So great fragrance. Well done to the house for doing it. I want to see more of the so-called clone companies doing their own thing. They're certainly going to increase their credibility in the Fragcom, and this one for me, an absolute winner. Just a brief mention of other ones I think you might try and really enjoy from Alexandria. I love, love, love Arabian Forest, which is their take on Spice and Wood from Creed. Myself and Claire from the Smurfy Girly channel have both been really impressed by how close this is. Great performance too. And Claire's been wearing it a bit. I lent it to her, in fact, and I don't like to make a huge dent in my Spice and Wood because you soon get through my 75ml bottle, but this 30ml of Arabian Forest has really been standing in for Spice and Wood for me recently, and it lasts absolutely ages, and I can't really tell much difference, hardly any, in the air. Maybe if you really dig in and you have one on one hand or bits of paper, yes, a tiny difference, but in the actual wearing, most people are going to find it indistinguishable. So really good stuff, and so many other good ones from this company. I've tried Fructus Virginis, funny name, and that's their take on Tom Ford's, or what's it called, Lost Cherry. Very, very similar, and if you like gourmand things, cherry with a kind of a sweet cherry fragrance, beast mode, you might well want to check out Fructus Virginis. I think that's how you say it. And also, if you want something a bit more fresh for the summer coming up, Citron Del Mar, their take on Millesime Imperial, absolutely superb, great performance. So interesting house, really nice that they've given us an original fragrance. Check it out if you can. Don't forget to use my code DAN20 for your 20% off. Let me know what you think about this one. Have you tried it? What do you think about Alexandria fragrances overall? Have you tried any of their other ones? Thank you very much for watching. Remember, whatever you're doing in life, let's project. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.
Smelly.